have, or what kind of bike you ride, there's a common bond and passion every rider feels when they turn that throttle.
On Any Sunday is a sequel to the original film On Any Sunday. This one's called On Any Sunday, The Next Chapter, but it's a story told about motorcycles, how they're used in this day and age, the people behind them. You know, it covers from Marc Marquez in the MotoGP and becomes world champion in the story, and obviously covering stuff that I do to people delivering medications in Africa, and it kind of just how diverse motorcycles are in our culture, how they're used, the people behind them, and the stories that happen on two wheels. I jumped down the 120 K120. It's a Nordic ski jump, which is in what they do in the Olympics, so they fly down the hill. But what I found out is when those guys have the skis attached to them, they kind of act like wings, and it actually lets them fly and also float a little bit. On the motorcycle, it had absolutely zero of that. I dropped 20 stories and jumped 378 feet, so over a football field. Yeah, there's an element of fear involved with that for sure. To win an award for the work I did in Skyfall was something I couldn't have even imagined that it was going to come that way. But doing the stunt work and the fear that's involved in it, it's a different kind of fear. It's so much so as the feats of what I'm doing on there aren't quite as big, but in the case of Skyfall, all those stunts were done with no helmet and pretty much zero protective gear. I was pretty much in a Tom Ford suit and a Omega watch. But we're riding along the rooftops of the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul, and it's not a place for motorcycles. It's just rocky roofs, there's corrugated iron, there's television antennas, there's rats, mice, cats. It's crazy. Yeah, it's awesome to say no fear. I think, us as human beings, we all have it, and it's easy to be not fearful of stuff that you get used to. And I think most people who are great at things, it's easy if you were skydiving every day to say you're not fearful of it because you actually understand it, but you got to use fear as your guide, and it's, for me, I'm always doing different stuff. I don't like to kind of just do the one jump all the time. If you paid any attention to the things I've done, it's always something totally different. And so I'm always putting myself in that position to be scared again because I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work out. So I use fear as my guide, and I like being scared. Scaring yourself makes you realize you're alive, but fear's my best friend, really. The bond between myself and a bike is essential. It has to be set up perfect. I need to have the suspension right. Everything needs to be perfectly ready and exactly how I need it. Otherwise, you feel uncanny. You feel off-put. And usually it's a sign that something's not set up right, and it's something you're not expecting, and then it just becomes, a chain reaction to bad events. I guess I only ever think about what my family feels when I get asked it. I should probably stop and consider it a little bit more, but I'm sure I put them in the hot seat and make them restless. But it's great that that's what families are for. You have that bond, but you got to follow your dreams in life. You can't not follow what you're passionate about for anyone else's purpose. And it's if you're passionate about something, that's really when you feel you're alive. And if you follow your passion, you follow what makes you motivated and makes you excited, well, then you're on the right path.
Higher than anybody has ever gone before, and successfully returned.